It was hell. You had to tell every time you hear anything about it on the TV or the radio. I mean, I know I'm more acutely aware now when I hear, oh, here's Sky Fox over an 8-car pile up, a couple people killed. Now I find myself thinking, what about those families? I don't know how long that'll last. But when something like that happens, you do think about those people. And I want to thank our family for being so strong and hanging together. And I think that I'm about done. I will take, I tell you what, if there are any questions you have, here's what I would ask. I'll stay for one more break. If any questions you would like asked, because I do want to be honest with you about stuff, but I don't want it to be brutally honest tomorrow. If you've got anything you want to ask, any questions, you call now. I'll take a break. I'll come back and take a couple of calls. But like I say, please, I know that you all miss her, and that you loved her, and that you want to send your good feelings. All I want to do is just take some calls without hearts and flowers. Just if you have questions about Freda, about Bart, about me, about something on the show, about anything that has to do with her, let's do it now. And then we're going to be done with it. Not that she will ever be out of my thoughts or mentioned on this show, but never again in this type of setting. She was an absolute angel. I love her with all my heart. And I hope that you can find someone as special for you. Okay? Now talk over. Back. Take your calls. And I'm going to get in my car, go home and have a drink. How about this? I've not even been drinking. You're free to be proud of me for that. Sucks. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to be talking about it. Glad to be back at work. Thanks for bearing with me. I'll take a couple of your calls when we come right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show. This is the Don and Mike Show.
I'm sorry, who are you again?
I'm Freda's boss.
Who's Freda?
My secretary.
I live to make you happy.
The Don and Mike Show. Your favorite French male transvestite prostitutes, Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Oh, this was our other song too. Everlasting Love. This is my favorite version. By U2. She liked the Carl Carlton one. I'll play that at the end. Okay, let's take some calls. I don't even know what I said in the first break. If I didn't mention, much thanks to Mike and Rob and Buzz and Beth Ann and Joe and everybody over the last couple of weeks. It would have been... Oh, you gotta turn that off. It made me cry. The day that Freda died, the night, I called Mike and I said, you got to do the show tomorrow. It would have been easy for Mike and everyone else just to play tapes for as long as it took me to get back. But I appreciate the fact that they all came in and kicked a little ass and kept things moving. So I want to make sure that I thank them as well. I was talking about everybody else, and I'm sure I did, but if I didn't, here you go. Okay? And now, a couple of your calls. Hello, Don and Mike show. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Don.
Yes.
Is it okay if we know where Freda is buried? What cemetery?
No, again, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Listen, that's why I'm glad we're going to take these calls now. That's the type of idiotic call I don't want to get tomorrow. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hi, Mike.
Yes, you can call me Mike today.
Thank you. I did want to say, there's so many people, if you want to hear something good that came out of this, at work, where there was about 20 of us standing down talking outside the place, and somebody brought it up about what had happened. Next thing you know, all 20 of us were very upset about things. None of us, and we've known each other for years, ever even related to your show. But how much Freda and yourself and the rest of your folks affected us through this whole thing. I've never called. I wanted to tell you that good thing, but the main question I wanted to ask, will we be able to hear Freda on the best of?
Of course.
Because
of course.
I'm missing her. And I've never spoke with any
Tell
of
me
you
about it. Yes, she will be in the best of, absolutely.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm
right.
happy to hear that.
Thank you, my friend. See you later. Hello there, Don and Mike show.
Mr. Source,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Okay.
I know that's a terrible question to ask, but I have a two-part question.
Go ahead, ask your question.
First of all, Bart, will he be still staying at Clemson, or is he going to transfer closer to home?
Now listen, this is why I'm glad that we're taking these calls. No, he's staying at Clemson, where he has a life, he has friends, he has a job, he has a girlfriend, he has classes. He and I had the discussion. He's a 90-minute plane flight away, and as a matter of fact, he's coming back next week. Freda and I were going to go see Brian Wilson.
Very good. Okay.
At a Wolf Trap, so he's coming back, and he'll be with me all week.
Okay, and another thing. The dogs, have they noticed your loss as well?
Yes.
And in memorial of Freda, I just want to leave you with a very somber, this is dedicated to Freda. We love you all. Keep your heads up. Don, you just got to start with a new chapter. You will always have her in your heart. You will always have those memories. No one can never take them from you.
Gotcha. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. And yes, the dogs do know. Absolutely, the dogs know. They know I'm sad. The dogs are sleeping with me now. They had slept downstairs. Especially the little one, Max, who was standoffish in this way that he would want attention. And then he would go, rah, 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 come on, Daddy, give me some attention. And then you would go to him and he would run away. It's just like he was Mr. Runaway. Well, since this happened with Freda, he just comes up and lays down and just gets right on his back in that submissive position because he knows I'm sad and the dogs are helping me a lot. Okay? Here we go. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hi, Mike.
Yes, hi.
My question is, did you get the respect and the privacy from the listeners that you had hoped to get?
Yes. Let me thank everybody on that one too. And hold on, this equipment's going nuts. Mike made a request that I had passed along, and Freda's family had passed along. There was some ass on the internet who had posted where the viewing was going to be and where the funeral was going to be, and also posted my address. And for those listeners, well-intentioned, but dumb enough to get my home address off the internet and send me a letter at my house, she would hate me saying this, I'm going to write you a letter back, because that's out of bounds. But no, everybody was great. There was no problem at any of the services.
Well, that's good. And I just want you to know that I've been listening for 20-some years, and you and Freda have always shown the love, and it's always come through to anyone that was really listening to you.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for the call.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, see you later. Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hi there.
I have a quick question for you about the accident itself and the person that hit Freda.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever speak with him? Did he ever get charged with anything?
Here's what I know. I know that on Route 90 in Ocean City, my wife was inbound, eastbound. There was an accident the other way. It's a 2-lane highway.
Right.
There apparently was a 10-car pileup. This guy swerved to avoid hitting the car in front of him and plowed into Freda. The cops told me wasn't drunk, wasn't high. I've got no axe to grind. It was an accident. If the guy, the police have been very kind with me in telling me exactly what happened. It had been reported in at least one media outlet the day after Freda died up in the Salisbury area that the guy just jumped over the double yellow line because he didn't want to be affected by a backup.
That's what I read, which
Well,
is what I was asking.
That's not the case.
Right.
That is not the case. I cannot fault him. Who could say what you would do in a similar situation? If all of a sudden you looked up and there were 10 cars in a row in front of you crashing, if you just turn your wheels to the left, boom.
Instinct.
Thank you, though.
Okay, thank you.
See you later. All right. Bye-bye. Hello, Dynamite Show. Here we go. Hi. What did Mike do to this thing? Why am I glad I'm back? Here. Yeah. Hello, Dynamite Show.
Don.
Yeah.
Hi. Just had a question. You were talking about maybe retiring after your contract's up, and I'm wondering, are you still thinking about that, or are you going to actually sign back on to go a little longer?
I don't know. You know, I told Mike and I told everybody else that I'm here for this contract. You know, and I've never, I don't think I've ever played this like Howard Stern, saying, you know, if this contract isn't this, I'm going to quit, you know, blah, 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 go across the street. No, this I think it was pretty much known that this was going to be our last contract, depending on what happens here at the station. I told Mike and Rob and the other people that I love with families to support that I'm going to honor my contract. And what happens in three years, we'll find out in 3 years.
Well, as a person, I tell you, Mike, I hope you retire and I hope you enjoy the rest of your life. As Don, I don't want to see you go. I want you to sign another contract because I need you here.
Well, dude, you know, it's way too early to think about that now, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Here we go. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. I don't know what these calls are. Hello? Hello, Don and Mike.
Lynn?
Does anybody know Lynn?
Yes.
Who's Lynn?
Oh, I'm Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
How are you? Can you tell me about the birth of Bart? Was it a nice story? So we can get off all this heavy stuff for a few minutes and think about joyful things?
The birth of Bart. Bart was 5 weeks premature.
Goodness gracious. Was he okay? Oh, obviously he was, because he's a healthy, strappy man.
There's the first person I've hung up on. Okay. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello. I don't know how good an idea this was. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. Thanks so much for sharing so much of your life. That's really out of the ordinary, and it'll be something that I use in the future. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, thanks.
It was valuable. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And Bart, and really what I wanted to know is, I've heard that I know you're going to pull yourself through. I know that Bart's doing well, and I'm glad for that. But I haven't heard about Big Freda, and I was just wondering how she's doing. Is she okay?
I mentioned, yes, she is. She's fine. We got her moments. You know, she has her ups, and she has her downs. But I talk to her just about every day, and she, like I said, she has good moments and bad moments, but she is determined, like all of us, to get through this. She's doing as well as you would expect. After 3 weeks, she's getting her life together.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I always used to love to listen to her part of the show as well, and I've thought of her as well as all of you through this whole experience. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. I know that she does as well. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
hi, Don. This is Sue.
Hello, Sue.
And I wanted to thank you and all this tragedy of doing something positive and making us feel like we could do something by making a donation.
Oh.
And I want...
Oh, hey, let me interrupt you. It's one of the things I do best. The charity that was selected, my wife loved animals, the Worcester County Humane Society. It is a rundown shack where they take in the animals that nobody wants, and I don't know how to thank you guys with the literally thousands of letters and dollars that this place has received. They're blown away by it, and on behalf of Freda, we thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm just hoping it can be something that will be a legacy that will live on.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Come on now. Don't you cry. I'm not going to cry. Don't you cry. Come on, Jesus Christ. Hello. Let's be men here.
Yeah, just wanted to reiterate what that lady said. It was nice to listen to you. I sat in this room by myself and just listened. And everything you said, really, I've been a listener for a long time, hit home. And my thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. And thanks for sharing all that. That was great.
And thank you. I appreciate the call. And I hope everybody just digs what I'm saying. Tomorrow when we come back, I am going to be more animated. I'll work up my DJ voice. I've had a problem with sleep. So my voice is a little raspy because, I go to bed 10 o'clock at night, and I've been waking up at 2 a.m. And that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. But thank you for that nice thing. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Yeah. Don?
Yes.
Yeah, I was on the last reverse newlywed game, and that was the breakup of my marriage, and it turned out that, well, my ex-wife, she was a lesbian, but you guys really did set the standard for what was a perfect marriage. Now, my question to you is, or not question, it was more of a statement. Do you think you can just keep this going? Because Route 90 is a very unsafe road, and you reach an awful lot of people, and you talk to an awful lot of law officers.
I have had numerous conversations with the great people at the state police in Berlin, Maryland. I don't feel comfortable discussing that now. I appreciate what you're saying. There are a hell of a lot of accidents on that road leading into Ocean City, the road where Freda was killed on. And I don't know what the answer is. I know that the cops are aware of the situation, and they know that it's a bad intersection. That's all I can say about that. Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello? Hello? Right. Thank you. That's nice. Hello, Don and Mike Show. Just nothing. Hello? I mean, Jesus Christ, I could sit at home and do that. Just sit at home, pick up the phone, just a dial tone. Hello? Something wrong with these phones now? I'll tell you, that's one thing that I really do miss. I have found myself, when I have those moments, when I forget that all of this happened, I've picked up the phone to call Freda. I've actually even walked around the house, say, hey, baby. And then it just hits me like a ton of bricks. Oh, that's right. I mean, it's nuts. It's nuts. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello, Don?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Don?
Yes?
This is Priscilla, and I just want to say thank you very much for the words that you said, and my condolences to you, Bart, Big Freda, and her family.
Thank you, Priscilla.
I lost my husband suddenly last November in 2 weeks of cancer, and I can understand and sympathize with what you're going through. And when you were speaking today, it just made so much sense to me that I've been in such a funk in the dark, and to know that you can openly discuss this on the air with the public, that you made me feel a lot better about myself and everything else that I've been going through.
Well, good. I'm very glad, and you should, do what I'm doing. If you've had a tragedy or something, move on. I mean, just move on. And the show, one thing I know about this show is that we get the calls from people about what a great diversion it is when, something happens in your life. And that's why we're going to make the show go back to the way that it was before Freda died tomorrow. So it'll still be that. Much in the way that watching stupid Regis Philbin for me, for 20 minutes, I forget about stuff. Or if I've got a Letterman TiVo and he's got a good funny bit that's going nowhere, that's a nice diversion, Almost makes me want to call up David Letterman. Say, hey, thanks for the diversion. He would not take my call. Hello?
Hey, Don, I have a comment and a question. The comment is, the current listeners that are listening to you now, you don't need to tell them how heartfelt you are and how nice you are. We know it 100%. No. I know it personally.
No. Understand? Let me stop for a second. I'm not saying I'm a nice guy. I'm like Don Rickles. I'm a nice guy. It's just a lot of people have had a problem in the past making the distinction between radio guy, real guy. I can't imagine that people, not that I am Chris Rock, but I can't imagine if you watch Chris Rock do a show and he said something that pissed you off or said something off color, that you would walk up to him and you'd say, you are so dead wrong. You know what he would say to you? He'd say, hey, eat one. I'm doing a show. That was the only point that I wanted to get out.
Well, we understand that because I know personally because you sent my son with me to Florida to see my dad before he died, and I couldn't thank you and the radio station enough. And on the other end, my question is, and this maybe will make you smile, are you going to move in with Mike now?
That would be on the 13th of never when that happens. Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
I am?
Yeah, turn your radio down, honey.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know I'm calling all the way from San Diego, California, and I'm listening to you online.
Oh, great.
And I just wanted to ask you, are you going to kind of be now more protective of Bart because it's just the two of you now, and how are you going to deal with helping him?
Please don't take any offense at my answer. What a stupid question. Will I be more protective of Bart? I cannot be more protective of my son than I was when my wife was alive. I mean, what am I going to do? Say to him, oh my gosh, call me every time you get in the car. I must know where you are at every moment. Don't make a move. I mean, I'm overly protective already. Thank you for your sentiment, but no, I won't be doing that. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Yes, Don.
Yeah.
Are you giving up on the Tampa Bay place altogether?
Yeah. Oh, and listen, I found out that's... If you ever make a down payment on a place and you want to get out of it, if your spouse is killed, they give you the money back right away.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's...
Okay. All right.
That's a tip. Yeah, there's a great place on the market in Madeira Beach, Florida. Knock yourself out. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello?
Hello, Don. This is Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Hi. I just always like the way that you ended the shows, and I hope you continue, and that would be love your Freda, love your Bart.
Yeah, I will. And, I really only did that on Fridays, only because I always thought, in my mind, this is the thing to me that is still unbelievable that this happened. Out of all the scenarios that I've been through in my life and that I considered in my life, this is one that I never thought of. I mean, we went through a situation with my son 3 or 4 years ago, never discussed on the air, a medical situation, and I thought, gosh, what would we do without him? And he made it through. Last fall, last fall, I had a little flare-up with a tumor, and I had to get some radiation. And it was never mentioned on the show. And Freda was just such a rock during all of that she would say to me, she was so great. She was just so great. I don't want to talk about Bart's situation, but in my situation, which obviously was serious, but not serious enough to mention on the radio, and I don't feel comfortable now talking about it, except to say how incredibly supportive this woman was. That she would take me, and if you've ever had cancer, I had it as a kid, and you have radiation, it's 45 minutes, or 45 seconds rather, but then it's like 5 hours of misery. She would do everything for me. She would do everything. I used to kid all the time about how, she would make me fend for myself. Well, the truth is, when the rubber really hit the road, she was always there for me. She would keep me going, and on the days that I couldn't drive to work, she would drive me to work. And, I would come home and I would say, God, the show sucked today. I'm on autopilot today because I don't feel good today. I don't feel like going in. She would say to me, well, what kind of example are you setting? You're well enough to go in. What are you going to do? Sit at home? Sit on your ass? She was great. She's a great motivator. Just the best. Absolutely the best. Hello there, Don and Mike Show.
How's it, Don?
Okay.
I just wanted to ask if they've been talking a little bit before you got back about how the show's going to change a bit. And I wanted to ask,
who said that?
Mike and Rob and Joe.
No. I don't believe that they said that, because the show, I think I've pretty much outlined it for you. The show will not change one iota, except for the fact that instead of having a life with a wife that I share with you, I'm now going to share with you what it's like to be a swinging widower and how messed up that's going to be. But I'll do it in an entertaining way. The show's not going to change at all.
And is Rob healthy?
Yes. Yes, Rob is healthy.
Well, I know he was sick last week. So.
And listen, again, we're talking about my situation and Freda. Rob, that's none of your business. If Rob feels like telling you why he wasn't here last week, he'll tell you. But why can't you just go with the guy's sick? I mean, isn't that what Mike said last week?
Yes, Don.
Okay, I'm not trying to bust your balls. It's like, this is creepy. We're talking about Freda dying, and you want to know, how's Rob? Well, Rob is sick. Rob's not dying, Rob is sick. What else do you need to know?
That's it, Don.
Okay, thanks. You got it. Thank you. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hi, Don.
Hi there.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to tell you, you've been on my heart and on my mind for 3 weeks, and I was sure that you were sitting in the dark, piled with bills all around you. So when you said that you were able to get in and figure all that out, I was worried.
See, then, here's the thing. This is why I wanted to talk to you guys today. Really, I'm not a stupid guy. I'm not a stupid guy. I'm clumsy, yes, but I'm not a stupid guy. I thank you. Thank you for believing the persona that I present on the radio.
Well, you know what, Don? My husband, if something happened to me, it helped me to think, he'd be in a pickle. Because he really wouldn't know.
No, he wouldn't, because he would do what anybody in the situation would do. You got to move on, and you figure out how to do stuff.
Right.
All right, thank you very much.
Love ya.
Okay, same here. And with that, oops, what happened to the thing there? The video. Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hey, Don. How are you doing today? Okay. Well, never mind. Stupid question. I heard about it when I was coming back from my own honeymoon, and as goofy and silly as it may sound, whatever your real-life /persona that you let in through my stupid little radio box really inspired my own little marriage. I'm kind of goofy to keep to myself in ways that you are, at least from what I can tell. So I thank you for that, and I hope in all of this mess and everything that you just remember that 5 days, 5 a.m., ESPN 2, Tokyo Dome, 10 days in Lambeau Field.
Oh, please tell me about it. He, of course, is referring to the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts.
Exactly. I'm glad to see you've kept your head on straight. You're the man. Don't ever forget that, all right?
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the call. Thank God football's coming back on. Otherwise, I would be nuts. Hello there, Don and Mike Show.
Hi, Don. First of all, hi. I want to thank you so much for sharing this with us. I can't even imagine how difficult
all of this has been, but then to share it with millions of people who've felt for you this entire time. Just thank you so much for letting us have a small snippet of your life. And I wanted to know if you have been back to Ocean City. Are you planning on selling that property? Will you be back there?
I have not gone back, but I'm not going to sell that place, no.
Okay. Thank you. God bless
okay,
you.
Thank you.